Hello, this is Chapter 2 of Across the Bars. Tell me what you think. Chapter 2, The Tepper Camp. The sun had climbed a handspan above the bars by the time the path widened and the wind shifted from cold stone to the warm. The earthy scent of root fires. Asha slowed, raising one hand for silence. Bristle halted instantly. Moa did not. He skidded to a stop only after Corin hissed his name. Ahead, nestled in the shadow plate between two mid-height bars, lay a cluster of low huts woven from weeds and barwood. Smoke curled lazily from a central fire pit. Bright pennants fluttered from poles hammered into the stone, and perched along bar edges above, like sentries carved from living shadow, were redback raptors. Tepper territory. Corin grinned. Good. I was hoping for breakfast. Asha shot him a look, but he couldn't deny the relief that loosened in his shoulders. The Tepper were unpredictable, yes, but they were also generous, fiercely loyal, and unmatched in their knowledge of the passes. After the quake and the near fall, a friendly camp felt like a blessing. They descended the slope carefully. Bristle moved with silent precision. Morrow bounded ahead, tail high, until a sharp whistle from above froze him mid-step. A Tepper archer stood on the ledge, bow drawn. Redback raptor crouched beside him. The raptor's feathers bristled, its bright red dorsal stripe glowing in the morning light. Travelers, the archer called. State your purpose. Corin stepped forward with both hands raised. Peace and passage. We carry a message for the heart market. Asha added, and we seek rest, only for a night. The archer studied them for a long moment. Then he lowered the bow and whistled in a short, sharp pattern. The raptor relaxed, feathers settling. More Tepper emerged from the huts below. Short, sturdy figures with quick eyes and even quicker hands. One of them, a woman with braided silver hair and a quiver slung low across her back, approached with a smile that crinkled the corners of her eyes. "Welcome," she said. "I am Elder Ressa. You arrive early for the day's drills, but late enough for breakfast. Come." Corin shot Asha a triumphant look. She ignored him and followed Ressa into the camp. The Tepper camp was alive with motion. Children chased each other between huts, their laughter echoing off the bars. Raptors preened on perches, their handlers brushing dust from their feathers. Asha practiced short-range volleys, arrows thudding into the straw targets with rhythmic precision. Asha watched it with a quiet fascination. The Tepper moved like a single organism, fluid, coordinated, instinctively aware of one another's space. Even their raptors seemed to understand the unspoken rhythm. Reza led them to the central fire pit, where a pot of spiced root stew simmered. She ladled generous portions into wooden bowls and handed them over. Corin inhaled deeply. "Smells like home." "You rich folks say that everywhere," Reza teased. "Only when it's true." Asha sat beside him, bristle curling at her feet. The stew was hot, earthy, and unexpectedly sweet. She hadn't realized how hungry she was until the spoonful hit your tongue. Ressa settled from them. "You travel with purpose. I see it in your eyes." Asha nodded. "We carry a message that must reach the heart market." "And you came through the northern ridge?" Asha asked. "Bold. The bars have been restless." Corin glanced at Asha. "We noticed." Asha's expression softened. "Rest here. Tonight we perform the volley rite. You may watch if you wish. It is not often seen by outsiders." Asha inclined her head. "We would be honored." As the sun dipped behind the bars, the Tepper gathered in the clearing. Torches flickered along the ridges, casting long shadows across the shallow plate. Raptors perched above, their eyes glowing like embers. Ressa stepped forward, bow in hand. "Tonight we honor the bars that hold us, the wind that guides us, and the ancestors who watch our steps." Archers formed a single circle. A hush fell. Asha felt Bristle press against her leg. Even Mora sat still, ears pricked. Ressa inhaled deeply. The others followed. 1 breath, 2, 3. On the fourth breath, they drew their bows in perfect unison. The sound was soft but powerful. A single collective motion that felt like the expanse itself was inhaling. A whistle cut the air, and the archers released. Arrows soared forward, curving in a perfect arc before descending on the targets, arranged around the clearing. The volley landed with a sound like rain on stone, precise, rhythmic, and beautiful. Corin whispered, "I've never seen anything like it." Asha didn't answer. She couldn't. The ritual stirred something deep in her chest, a memory of her own people's chants, of the bars humming beneath her feet, and of the responsibility she carried. Ressa approached them afterward, her expression calm. "You carry heavy burdens, but you carry them well." Asha bowed her head. "Thank you." Corin added, "We'll remember this." Ressa's smile faded slightly. "See what you do. The bars are changing. The herds are restless. Something old is waking." Asha felt a chill trace her spine. "You've seen signs?" Ressa nodded. "Tremors in the night. Water rising where it should not. And last week, a shadow on the high ridge, taller than any beast." Corin and Asha exchanged a look. Asha whispered, "A bar walker." Ressa's eyes widened. So the stories are true. Asha didn't answer. She didn't need to. The wind shifted, carrying the distant rumble of hooves across the plates. Bristle's ears flattened. Moro growled low in his throat. Ressa's face hardened. Inside, now. The night was no longer peaceful, and the dawn would bring more than drills. That was the first sign of disaster waiting just beyond the bars. Alright, that was chapter 2.